Welcome to beautiful Estes Park, Colorado, and the, yes, very haunted Stanley Hotel. My wife and I showed up at the Stanley, and this was our second time that we were going to show up and do the ghost tour there, which I really highly recommend that you got to do if you go check it out. But it was pretty creepy, honestly, because I would say that probably only 15 people or so staying there that night. And even having experienced a lot of ghost things in my life, as I walked up to the room we got, the most haunted one in the hotel, room 401, as I'm looking at this picture, I literally hear behind me something whisper, "You're all gonna die." I don't say that to be ridiculous, but it was jarring to say the least. A lot more things happen, as you'll see here, but this is a video of a closet in the room 401 where some interesting things happen later with Lord Dunraven, and the clock on his wall, which oddly enough is stuck at 4:20 at all times. But we got there about 6:30 and went down and started the ghost tour, I believe, about 7 p.m. And the first place we headed to was this little concert hall type place you're seeing the outside of there, and this is the inside. And this ghost named Lucy lives in the basement down there. And it was one of the most amazing sightings I'd seen, this sort of the inside of a room. But check out what Lucy does with the door immediately when you walk in. And I can't tell you how much I wish I would have gotten the top and the bottom of the door in that shot, but it was pretty creepy what happened there. Anyway, what we started doing with Lucy, and I'm showing this because we used it later with the children ghost up on the 4th floor, and it worked really well, is you can see we're all balancing suckers on our hand. And not being there, it's kind of hard for it to grab you as to how dramatic this was. Here's a still shot of what the sucker looks like when it's perfectly balanced. But let's check out what happens when it starts coming unbalanced to actually one of the biggest skeptics in the room. As you can see, it's leaning on its side there. And Lucy would actually manage to move these suckers up and down, and even managed to knock it out of my wife's hands at one point later that night. But as you can see, the girl who's filming the sucker in her hand there, she was a skeptic to begin the night with, and to be honest, they ended up working her way up to room 401, their way up to room 401 later that night, and she was actually touched by Lord Dunraven a couple of times, and there's video of that too, and her reaction to it, which was priceless. But as you can see on her face there, it's creeping her out pretty bad, and it was pretty dramatic for me too. But as we walk out, my wife is a tall redhead here. It slams the door in her face right before we leave, so I grab my camera and we see if Lucy will one more time for us shut the door and watch what she does.
Lucy, will you close the door again?
Wait, I want to go back.
Lucy, are you cold?
Are you cold, Lucy?
Can we leave? Can you close the door, please?
It's funny, it stopped when they walked through it. It was going, then
It was going.
You said shut the door for me.
We tried to walk out and
it shut it right kind of in her face, yeah.
I gotta. Lucy, can you please shut the door for me?
Thanks, Lucy.
Thank you, Lucy.
Thank you, Lucy.
Dang.
You guys try and go out again.
Yeah, see if it shuts it on us again.
Let's go, okay.
Yeah, put it back against the door. Stay.
Can you close the door, please? Lucy, can you close the door, please?
Lucy, can you close the door for us? One more time, please, Lucy. Lucy, thank you.
Lucy, are you cold? I want to stay in here tonight. And like I've said, I've seen a lot of ghost things in my life, but what she did with the door and these suckers was amazing. And make sure you check out what happens later with the kids and Lord Dunraven. But at this point in our tour, a woman happened to notice her battery on her camera drained mysteriously, and apparently this happens a lot. Actually happened to me 3 times later that night, right in a row with big, huge batteries. But at this point, we decided to let Lucy be for a while and moved along with the rest of the tour. And to be honest, this particular tour was somewhat uneventful after Lucy's room, but we did get to see the hotel and some great parts. And here's one of my favorite rooms coming up. If you look in the back of this room at that piano, the woman who was married to F.O. Stanley, who owned this hotel, actually has been seen playing this piano on multiple occasions, which is just again creepy beyond words. But no sightings of her tonight. But we got to see the tour, and it was wonderful. And like I said, we've done the 6-hour one before, and it was awesome. I don't regret it one bit. Here's a really creepy part. There's these weird underground tunnels underneath the Stanley Hotel, and they've had pictures of ghosts in them before. Nothing happened to be down there that night. So, the tour wrapped up, but we decided to, of course, head back up to our room 401, the most haunted room in the hotel, with old Lord Dunraven. And Lord Dunraven is known for, when women go in this particular closet, he grabs them in inappropriate areas, let's say that. And some people from the tour ended up working their way back up to our hotel room. And we'll just go ahead and judge based off their reaction what happened for yourself.
I'm glad something happened.
Oh my God, no.
What?
Grab my butt.
Wow.
And believe it or not, this actually ended up happening to 3 people in our room. I did go in the closet a couple times myself, and nothing happened to me. So apparently, Lord Dunraven wasn't attracted to me. But it was unreal what happened to everybody. And we all started talking and shared our stories of the night and what we'd witnessed on the 4th floor. There were 6 of us in the room here. And I've got the unedited video on my YouTube channel, so go ahead and check it out. You can kind of hear our conversation. But everybody on the 4th floor heard whispering that night. And believe it or not, this gets even weirder. There are a lot of little children ghosts up on the 4th floor, and I learned a lot this night. It was certainly one of the most significant ghost sightings of my life. But make sure you check out part 2 for what happens with the kids and in Lord Dunraven's room here. Things continue to get weirder and weirder as they go. Things are moved on us, and it's pretty cool stuff. So check out part 2, and at the end of this, I'll go ahead and put links to absolutely all the full videos that I have up on my YouTube channel, so you can kind of check it all out for yourself. But anyway, check out part 2. Keep in mind, this is where The Shining was written, the movie. Makes me wonder if Stephen King actually had imagination or if he saw things.